Shrewsbury Town FC, aka the Shrews. While they have never reached the championship, they are the only club from the Shropshire County to play in the Football League. They've been in League One since 2015. The two biggest names associated with the club, David Moyes, almost 100 appearances for the club, 11 goals as a center back, and of course Joe Hart, who's from Shrewsbury, played in their youth academy, went on to the senior team where he had 54 appearances. So the Shrews are currently bottom of the league and they're expected to be relegated. Probably doesn't help when your captain gets one of the fastest red cards ever. I have arrived to Shrewsbury after a long wait to change the fate of the club. However, there's going to be a twist. We can only sign free agents. We cannot just sign any free agent. Obviously, it wouldn't be realistic, but also look at our transfer budget, 2 million euros. We cannot afford to pay some high wages for some of the best free agents around. Now, an important rule is we cannot sign a free agent with a higher overall than the highest overall player on the team, which is 65. We have a few players with a 65 rating, Benning, Nurse, and Shipley. The squad obviously does not look that great. You can't expect them to be that great if they're sitting at the bottom of the league table. Our expectations are to get into the Premier League within at least 5 seasons. Signing only free agents is going to be a challenge, but I have a feeling there's going to be some gems on the free agent market. The team captain is Feeney here, striker Marquise, also like a co-captain. Now, I love using the youth academy, but the rule is we can only use one youth academy player in the squad. This is quite the list of youth players. There's a lot of players here. Once we figure out who we want to call into the senior team, the rest of the players have to get sold. So we have signed our first free agent and perhaps our only free agent of this first transfer window, the Australian international player Elijah Just. He can play right wing, cam, left wing, 65 overall. Instantly gonna throw him in the starting 11. His wages looks like 7,000 a week there. We may not be able to sign another free agent, especially after we hire some coaches. So our budget sits under €1 million. Morgan Feeney is our captain, but just a reminder, we are not selling our captain ever. We have arrived to January. Shrewsbury is doing pretty good, sitting in 8th place it looks like there. In the youth academy, we are down to 4 players. Fellow Englishman Jude Charles, age 17, potential of 87 to 93. This guy could be world class. 64 overall, so he can contribute immediately. Jude will be promoted, as well as Manuel Anselmi, but just to be sold for 2.3 million. Nice amount of money for the club. A big part of Shrewsbury's success so far this season has been, of course, to our new big free agent signing, Elijah Just, now up to a 70. He has scored 16 goals in 34 appearances, providing 5 assists as well. We finished in 11th, not a bad turnaround just for signing one free agent. It's July 1st of season 2, so you know the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is check out what free agents are available. Elijah Just is a 72 overall, so the rule is we can sign a free agent under his overall, so 71 and below. The board was very generous and has given us a budget of 4.9 million. Some players retiring at the end of the season in Marquise and Wheeler. Our first free agent signing of this season is rather a controversial one. It's Layvin Kurzawa. If that name sounds familiar, it is because he used to play for PSG for I think like 10 seasons. He even was a French international player, but look at what happened to his career. He is age 32, doesn't even have a face in the game, overall of 70. Actually, the only defender to ever score a hat-trick in the Champions League. The big question with Kurzawa is obviously not his experience and his skill, it's more so his personality and his mindset. Our second free agent joining the squad is going to be Tachi. He is a Spanish center back who is a regular starter for the second division side, Mirandes. Tachi is a 71 overall, so immediately now is the best defender on the entire team. Center mid is another position we wanted to strengthen, and for that we have brought in an American from Texas, FC Dallas's own Paxton Pomacall. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so we're gonna go with Paxton. Paxton has made over 120 appearances for FC Dallas. I'm expecting him to be a really solid player. And last but not least, we are signing an English goalkeeper with championship experience, none other than Ben Wilson of Coventry City, who is now a free agent. Him joining the squad instantly is our #1 goalkeeper at 68 overall. Elijah Just's form has caught the attention of Rangers. They're offering $3.9 million for him. This is our starting 11 for our second season. The Lavin Kurzawa trial might be coming into an end. He's spoken and he is requesting a transfer. He's unhappy. I think it's just best to go let him leave the club. Unfortunately, he didn't last longer than 6 months. Right now in January, Shrewsbury is sitting in 11th place. Promotion does not look as close as we would have thought, considering all the signings we made over the summer. We just went ahead and signed our new left back, Homan Ahmed, the Qatari national. He is a 70 overall at the age of just 26. We must sign a new striker if we want to fight for promotion. The best option we have available to us in the free agent market is Keita Balde, most infamously played for Lazio and Monaco. We are now hoping will come to the League One and score goals for fun. By the age of 30, Jude Charles, our star teenage wonder kid, has ruptured his Achilles tendon. Now he's not able to play for the next 3 months. And there you have it, a huge win against Wrexham, but still we must wait to see if Barnsley and Plymouth came away with W's after Keita Balde's goal in the 50th minute. While Plymouth did win their game, Barnsley did not, which means we sneak through to a 6th place finish for the regular season, and now we head into the promotion playoffs. Barnsley, they have 76 points, knocking us to 7th, and we will have to play another season in League One. The fact we did not get even into a top 2 finish, in my opinion, is pretty crazy, considering Elijah Just is a 75 overall. We bring in Balde, who's a 71 overall, but Jude Charles gets injured in February, out for 3 months, missed the whole second half of the season. He's one of our best players, our best attackers, and you know, we brought in some really good players who developed as the season went on. Our American Paxton is up to a 70. Ben Wilson at goalkeeper, who's 33 years old, grew +3 to a 70. Our captain Morgan Feeney, Elijah Just finished with 15 goals, 7 assists. Keita didn't do that good. I mean, 3 goals and 15 appearances. I'm not too happy about that. So we go ahead and start season 3 with a new free agent striker signing, Erling Haaland's cousin, believe it or not. Norwegian, of course, Jonathan Brot Bruns. He's a 71 overall. He's been playing pretty well in the Polish league. In anticipation of the sale of Elijah Just, one of the best players to probably ever play for Shrewsbury, we are going to sign Joris Peters. So Elijah Just, 75 overall. He's playing in the League One again for the 3rd season in a row. He was already receiving offers to play in La Liga and the Scottish Premiership. There's kind of no point for him to want to stay, and we cannot afford his wages anymore. Joris Peters, 71 overall at the age of 18. We have also decided to beef up our midfield and sign this center mid, 18-year-old Fredrik Andresen, Danish, 6'3", 69, so he could have some pretty good potential. Immediately would start in the midfield. One of our best center backs, the Spaniard Tachi, has also been sold, and he's heading off to Rangers for a bigger challenge. To help replace Tachi, Gabriel Carvalho. He is a Brazilian at the age of 20, overall 69. Again, could be another player with a decent potential. It's a really sad day. The first free agent we have signed to the club, Elijah Just, was growing at an astonishing rate. Surprisingly, he's going to Turkey to play for Trabzonspor. We're going to keep tabs on Elijah Just. Actually gives us 11 million. This money we'll try to use to spend on our coaching staff and just save up for the next season, and also our players' contracts. Now that we got a huge lump of money from that sale, we can't afford to keep some of our better players for more seasons. After making several changes during the summer, we're headed to season 3 with the following starting 11. The team is definitely much better than they were last season, although we do lose Elijah Just. We have almost every player 70 or higher. There's no excuse for us to not get promotion this season. In season 3, the team's been playing extremely well. Basically, we've been top 3 all season, fighting for automatic promotion. And we're really trying to finish the season off on a winning streak, and that way, we could get that guaranteed promotion. A win in our last match will secure our spot as champions of the League One. Hull picks up our red card, the Welsh right back, but nonetheless, we come back. Haaland's cousin finishes the season with 25 goals and 1 assist. Joris Peters, 19 years old, now a 77 overall, 20 goals, 7 assists. The question is whether he is able to stay here at Shrewsbury or does he get sold to a bigger club. Our homegrown talent, Jude Charles, has also grown a lot. He's a 78 at the age of 19, 17 goals, 6 assists. Our leader in assists was Paxton. He had 9 assists. Aaron Pierre, who will be retiring, as well as Mal Bennings. And yes, of course, we did win the League One, our first piece of silverware, 84 points. We have found our new striker, no other than the Englishman himself, who spent most of his career in the Premier League and the Championship. Best season was with Southampton in 2023-24. If you couldn't tell already, it's Adam Armstrong. He's joining Shrewsbury. The next player joining Shrewsbury has also played most of his career in the Championship and the Premier League. It is no other than the Ecuadorian international, Jeremy Sarmiento. And the next player we are signing has also spent most of his career in the Premier League and the Championship. Another Englishman. He plays right back and I believe left back. Cody Drumme played for Leeds the most of his career. He's 75 overall. And for the second season in a row, we sign a young defender from South America. This Argentinian is a beast. Jorge Franco. He is a 76 overall, immediately becoming the best defender on the entire team. Another Argentinian youngster with insane potential. Pablo Rey is already a 77 overall. I love Ben Wilson, but Ben Wilson's 34, and we found this guy Ray, and we're headed to the Championship. Shrewsbury has found their new starting cam. He is Serbian, and he plays in the Austria Bundesliga. Dejan Zugic, 75 overall. And just when you thought we were done making free agent signings, this guy is Henrik Mkhitaryan's regen, 18 years of age, the Armenian center midfielder. It is Edward Sarkisian, already a 75 overall. Now, there was actually one free agent I was dying to sign, and it's John McGinn, 80 overall. Aston Villa's captain. Unfortunately, we got to adhere to the rule where we cannot sign a free agent that has a higher overall than our highest overall player currently on the squad. And if you're wondering how we were able to sign that many good free agents, well, moving into the Championship, we got an initial budget of 10 million. Now that's dropped down to 4 million after all those signings. It feels like half the starting 11 has been replaced. This has to be one of the best teams in the Championship, and he goes to Leeds. Leeds also plays in the Championship. We just beat Liverpool. No way. I gotta stop. I'm simulating, and look, we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup. This is ridiculous. So the season is over, our first season in the Championship, and it's led us to a finish that got us 8.4 million euros. Shrewsbury finishes 9th in the Championship. Would have expected Shrewsbury to be fighting for a playoff spot with the squad we have. However, we reached the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Jude Charles, the hometown hero, 21 goals, 8 assists on the season. Our top goal scorer, Adam Armstrong. Edward Sarkisian, who grew +5 to an 80 overall. Jude Charles is 83. That is ridiculous. He grew +5 this season. But he now has a playstyle plus. We can sign a free agent that's 83 or below. So it gives us a lot of options. It is now season 5, we're in July, and our current budget sits at 8 million after we spent almost 5 million on renewing our players' contracts. We have signed another free agent at the left back position. This time it is a Croatian international that I've seen play plenty of times on TV. Borna Sosa. He's a 75 overall. And we've also decided to sign a backup goalkeeper, Alex Palmer, who plays for Ipswich. The massive signing of this season, I don't know how Shrewsbury pulled this one off. This guy used to play for Manchester City, Mateus Nunes. He is an 80 overall, immediately the best center mid on the team. A lot of people online say he's the worst center back to ever play in the Premier League. He has a lot of experience. He's age 30, 76 overall too. It is no other than Wout Faes. The Belgium center back has joined Shrewsbury. We don't really need him, but he's immediately a go-to backup center back. I'm going to sign a young striker, but I'm actually not going to play him this season. I'm going to loan him out. I really like this kid. He's got a lot of play styles. He's showing a lot of potential. Saul Gomez, he's a regen, a Colombian striker. I just cannot not sign this guy. He's an 81 overall free agent at the age of 21 at center back. So we sold Zukic to Sevilla for 10.1 million. So for season 5, this is how the squad's gonna line up. Holland's cousin at striker here, 75 overall still. We got Charles here, team cap at the age of 21, overall 84. Season 5 has been a pretty successful season. Eventually, we reached the playoff finals, and here we are facing Southampton. This is a day much of Shrewsbury never saw coming. The tension in the air, the nervousness on the pitch, and immediately this leads to an early goal from Southampton. But it doesn't take much long for Shrewsbury to respond back like true champions. However, the Saints were not done and they score another goal. They take the lead 2-1. Everything is pointing towards today not being the day that Shrewsbury gets promoted to the Premier League. We're having opportunities, but we cannot finish until the 87th minute. Shrewsbury scores, tying the game, and we go on to extra time. And in extra time, Shrews' true potential has been unleashed as we go on to score and score and score. Shrewsbury defeats Southampton 5-2, officially guaranteeing our promotion into the Premier League for next season. It is now season 6, July 1st. The highest overall player on our team, of course, is Jude Charles, the hometown hero, 87 overall. I really don't think we're going to find free agents that high, but I guess you never know. The first player we're going to sign is a left back. Sosa's going to be sold. He's a little unhappy. But now we bring in a player who could be very special, Telmo Barros. I think he's only 18, 19, but he has a 78 overall. This kid actually played in Barcelona's youth team. He is English. Louis Barry. We have also signed a new right back, already an 81 overall from Spain. He is a regen. Tony Avila is a beast. Scott McTominay at 32 years old now. He's a 79 overall. We have just broken a big rule. I said we would only sign free agents in this rebuild, but there's one player that we just have to get, especially now that Shrewsbury's in the Premier League. The Kiwi himself, Elijah Just. We purchased him for 5.7 million from Turkey, and he is a 76 overall at the age of 29. Unfortunately, there were no high-rated wingers in the free agent list, so we're gonna have to work with the wingers that we just brought in. Hopefully, Just can score some goals and continue to grow. Going into the Premier League for the first time in the club's history here in season 6 since I've taken over. This is the starting 11. Charles, 87 overall. Both center backs at 84. Elijah Just is back on the squad. Actually, the lowest rated player. Adam Armstrong is actually going to retire at the end of the season. Our first game is against Man City. Erling Haaland, Rodrigo at 91, Savinho at 88, Rodri Jovanovic at 90 overall.
And now the big kickoff is near. It's anyone's guess who'll come out on top in this colossal game. But
Jack Grealish tests himself against Kovacevic, comes away empty-handed, beginning the Shrewsbury counter-attack. Elijah Just passes it down to Erling Haaland's cousin, back to Just takes a touch and scores! Shocking Man City in the 20th minute. After a failed Manchester City corner, Shrewsbury on the break once again with Brock Bruins, and he puts it away. Scott McTominay provides the assist here to Brock Bruins, making it 3-0 in the 40th minute. Then from a set piece, Manchester City with an incredible header makes it 3-1. And they begin to awaken as Erling Haaland scores the second now in the 78th minute. Can Shrewsbury hold on? And here is Rodrigo. Look at Feeney's incredible defending at the age of 30-something. The game ends. Shrewsbury pulls off the miraculous upset, 3-2. Farewell to Luca Hull, he goes to Portugal. And farewell to Taylor Perry, who goes to Luton Town. These guys were legends, been here from the beginning. We turn to the new age of Shrewsbury football in the Premier League. Shrewsbury's first season in the Premier League was honestly pretty impressive. We knew coming into the league we had a very strong team, but would it be strong enough to battle week in and out against Premier League clubs? It wasn't always smooth sailing, however we definitely made our mark. So much so that Aston Villa has offered me to become the manager. 77,000 euros per week. Of course, we will reject that. Jude Charles led the team in goals with 19. Erling Haaland's cousin had 18 goals in 31 appearances. Elijah Just scoring 10 goals and 5 assists in his return to the Shrews. Our assist leader was Frederick Andreasen, 11 assists, also 7 goals. He's a really solid midfielder. We finish 7th in the Premier League. Okay, we have found quite the free agent, Belgium center midfielder. Pretty good replacement for Matheus Nunes, Matisse Dubois. He's an 80 overall at the age of 18. And back to Man City he goes. It's the start of season 7. We're in September. Let's take a quick look at Shrewsbury as they head into their second season in the Premier League. Jude Charles captaining the team at 91. Sarkisian is up to an 88, Kovacevic as an 87, our keeper Ray is up to an 83. He grew a lot the first few seasons he was here. Last season he did not grow. Scott McTominay is going to retire at the end of the season. Haaland's cousin will be our backup striker as the young Colombian Gomez looks to become one of the next great strikers in the Premier League. Think we can certainly fight for a Champions League spot, and that is the goal for this season. Season 7 was quite the battle in the Premier League. Shrewsbury began to show all their potential and power with their talented free agent signings that they have developed over several seasons. All season long, we've pretty much been fighting for a top 4 spot to get in the Champions League. Along the journey, we found ourselves in the final for the Carabao Cup, in which we took care of business, defeating Aston Villa. There we are with Nottingham Forest on 65 points each. Due to a +3 goal differential, we have passed them in the standings to secure the 4th place spot. Our young Colombian striker Saul Gomez has been very impressive, taking his game up a level, scoring 24 goals, 6 assists. Edward Sarkisian, now a 90 overall, developed a plus play style for the whipped pass. Due to Shrewsbury's success and lack of transfer budget spending, we have been able to secure a new stadium now that seats 30,000. Our previous stadium only could fit 19,000. Nice upgrade. It is season 8. It's time to sign our first free agent this summer. A backup goalkeeper, a man with a magical beard, Dragowski, he's a 79 overall. An Irishman, Andrew Moran, he is a 79 overall. Cam, 79 overall at the age of 18. That's extremely good. We're just really trying to beef up this team. Plus, we're going to need extra players now that we're playing in the Champions League. Manuel Anselmi, the Italian, was part of our original default youth academy, and he's now an 87 at the age of 24. Literally, the one position we need the most is right wing. Free agents only, but man, I am so tempted to buy him. Heading into season 8, Drew Charles is one of the best, if not the best player in the world right now. 94 overall at the age of 24. Gomez at 21 is 84. He's extremely impressive. Elijah just now is 31 years old, starting still at right wing for the Shrews. Sarkisian is one of the best midfielders in the world, and he's only 22. Boats. KDB 2.0, the Belgian wonder kid, is an 87 overall at the age of 19. Franco Kovacevic at center back, 88 each. Ray, 85 at goalkeeper. Was hoping he'd be a little bit better than that, but in game he's a beast. We have improved depth on the bench for this season as we will be playing in the Champions League. There are only 2 players who have been at Shrewsbury from the beginning. It is Morgan Feeney at 32 years of age. He grew to a 75. I don't even think his potential was in the 70s. George Lloyd, probably the same thing as well. At age 31, he is up to a 70. They're sitting in the reserves. Our goal for this season is to win the Champions League. Oh my God. This entire time, I've been thinking we were in the Champions League. I swear, I showed you. We were 4th place in the Premier League standings. But what is this? We're in the Europa League. I guess this is not the season we're going to win the Champions League. And RB Leipzig knocks out Shrewsbury in the Europa League semifinals 4-2 on aggregate. In the final match day of the Premier League, Man City plays Brighton. Shrewsbury will play Liverpool, who is currently in 3rd place. The gap is 2 points from 1st to 2nd. Basically, Man City has to lose because even if Man City draws, there's a 7-goal differential. Really hoping Brighton can pull a solid one. Oh my God, in real time, Brighton scored 3-1. It's 3-1. We have a chance. If we win this game, we will win the Premier League. Shrewsbury will win the Premier League. If that went in right there as I said that would have been ridiculous. It's the final 5 minutes. We need the ball back. Dubois. Nice. Gomez. Oh, no. 3 minutes of added time, though. We need the ball. We need the freaking ball. Oh, my God. No. No. Oh, man. We were there. Man City lost to Brighton. We were there, but we just couldn't get enough opportunities against Liverpool. This Liverpool team is actually pretty solid. There we go. We sit 2nd with 80 points. Man City with 82. Saul Gomez is the goal scoring leader, but where I am surprised is, wow, he's up to an 88. Drew Charles, 20 goals, 8 assists, 16 and 16 for Edward Sarkisian. Homam Ahmed, he will be joining Manchester United. Shout out to Ahmed. He's one of the first free agents we signed to Shrewsbury. Been really solid. Most seasons he was our starting left back until we brought in the Portuguese youngster Barros. There you have it once again. Finished 2nd in the Premier League. Round 5 of the FA Cup, Round 3 of the EFL Cup, and semi-finals of the Europa League. Season 9 will be Morgan Feeney's last season, retiring at the end of the season. He was the team captain when we arrived here. If this guy can win the Premier League and the Champions League, what a legendary career he has had. Been with Shrewsbury since the League One. Another player retiring this season will be Paxton. More fuel for this to be a special season. The American's been with us a long time. And look at that, another Shrewsbury OG, George Lloyd, will retire as well. So this is it, man. This has to be the season. We do it all. Miguel da Silva, 83 overall, age 26'3". Moussa Diaby has joined Shrewsbury, 84 overall. We need to win some silverware. What else could Shrewsbury need? You can say a little bit of luck. So because of that, we have signed an Irishman, striker Troy Parrott, 79 overall at the age of 30. He can be the immediate backup to Gomez. This is Shrewsbury's 4th season in the Premier League. Over the years, our free agents have amassed to become some of the world's best players. Jude Charles, the only player who's not a free agent in the starting 11, was a default Youth Academy member and is actually our highest rated player on the entire team. Our first free agent signing we ever made was Elijah Just, who now is 32 years old at the overall of 80. 2 players remain from the original squad in Morgan Feeney and George Lloyd. With the help of Anthony, we began wrecking havoc in the Champions League, first beating PSG in the round of 16, and even defeating Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. Then in the semifinals, we narrowly squeezed by Napoli after a costly error of theirs. The day has arrived, the Champions League final against FC Barcelona. Shrewsbury, that's never even been to the championship, founded in 1886, is now in the final of the Champions League. Unfortunately, in our last Premier League game, Edward Sarkisian, one of the world's greatest midfielders of all time, the Armenian, had suffered a broken toe, forcing him to be out up to 3 months. Big blow for the Shrews. They got Archie Gray and Harvey Elliott, oddly enough, the 2 Englishmen, Lewandowski's regen, and Max Krupa, Rodrigo Mora, and of course, cannot forget, Lamine Yamal is at 94 right now. Is he better than Jude Charles? I don't think so. This is what we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. It's been almost 10 seasons for this moment right here. Krupa plays a nice ball to Mora. Great save by Ray. Lewandowski. Oh, that's incredible. What a pass. Rodrigo Mora with the dribbling skills. Lewandowski's little brother scores. It's 1-0 Barcelona at the 41st minute. Oh, he's free. Dubois is free. The Belgian. He's free on goal. He cannot miss here. He misses. It hits the post. The GOAT himself. Number 24 for Shrewsbury at the age of 39. What the hell was that? Oh my god, what a save by Ray. Whoa, ref. What was that? Into space. That's a red card. That's huge. Alejandro Balde. Barcelona down to 10 men at the 69th minute. The pass. Gomez in space. Oh, come on. He can't put it away. Into space. Are you serious? This is probably our last chance right here. Gomez. Come on, Gomez. What a tackle. No, not like this. Barcelona wins. Shrewsbury Town could not pull it off even with a 10-man Barcelona team. To recap, we finished first in the Premier League. We won the FA Community Shield, round 6 of the FA Cup somehow, EFL Cup round 3, but the season was far from a failure as Morgan Feeney lifts up Shrewsbury's first ever Premier League title. And Jude Charles comes away with the Player of the Season award.
believe it, can they? Great emotions.